I'm now saying I've done the same about Islam, and you're it's a contradiction.
No. So if you're going by the economic ground, if you're saying that you're viewing COE as economics, and you're seeing it as in bed with Ralph and these people, that's your
Yeah.
But you asked me, would I do that? And I said I wouldn't. But I'm not after. How dare you do this? I'm like,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you want to wear pink shoes, wear pink shoes. I'm not going to disparage you. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that if they were saying, and they do, Mohammed, the guy was fighting for his name. Right? Yeah. No, not him. The left foot guy. Nah, man, he punched everyone. He tried to punch each other.
Modine.
He tried.
Ahmed Ali.
Yeah, Ahmed Ali. Yeah, but he accused COE of being a black supremacist group. And do you know where he aired that opinion?
On COE.
On COE, and it was labeled.
Yeah.
I think
that's fine.
And he said, yeah, go ahead.
That's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The only time I've seen him actually get involved is where statements are made that's incorrect in the sense of someone says this is black versus gang, and now he actually is part of a gang thing. He goes, no. Now he's allowed to speak like, you've made a statement that I'm a part of. He's not Muslim, so he can't speak on behalf of Muslims. If they say that Allah has 4 arms, he can't go, that's not right. He's not Muslim.
Did you agree with my point that Islam is going through a time where, in the media and things, Islam is on the hunt? Did you agree with that point?
Yeah, I do.
So let's say we would go back to either the Jew when the Jews had it on them or the black people had it on them. I think it would be irresponsible during the Jewish era to allow hate speech against Jews just sprout out there, and that's where I think you're naive if you think it's just allow someone to counter it. If I'm on camera saying let's shoot all black people at the time when black people were, and you can even argue now black people are still going through it. That's why I wouldn't. I don't want to see anyone. I think there's a limit. There's a limit, and to me, COE pushed the limit of my limitation.
Did he play Tan stuff?
Sorry?
Did he record Tan?
Yes.
Okay, now Tan said black monkey, nigga, all this kind of stuff, right?
And what happened to him?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, we're talking about me at the moment. Right?
Yeah.
Did you ever see me say anything he should be able to say?
But what happened to Tan? And we've had this chat as well. A collection of people removed Tan out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was stood against, and that's what I guess in a sense that's what I'm saying.
That's the Muslims.
I'm asking for that.
That's for the Muslims to come up with, right? Me personally, I would not have run.
But was it only Muslims that took Tan out of the park?
But then Tan
it wasn't only black. It was a collection of people.
But Tan collectively offended everyone apart from Tan, wasn't it? Right? Yeah, Muslims, everyone, women, everything. He just went in, right? But if that's something close to your heart, you should do that. But me personally, I think Tan should be able to come to the park and say monkey, right? My thing is how we react to it. I'm trying to train people how to react to it. And like I said,
I did go on camera and I counteracted and stuff like that, but I still saw, for me, hate speech gets out there. If you've got a channel with 40,000 people, it only takes a couple of idiots to read it. And I think we've seen examples of it where people can get hold of this rhetoric. And that's why I think if you've got a platform, you have a responsibility not to allow a certain level of hate speech out there.
The only thing you might have a case on is, I know that COE was about the psychology, and he did say that the only issue he has is violence, but the direct inciting of violence. If you feel that someone's done that, then you have a claim to him for something he said. I guarantee if you say it that way, he'll have to, because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, because that's something he has said. And I agree with that. If that's his statement, right? So I can't argue that case, innit?
Yeah.
But I think you personally, and it's fun to me, I do think that you are quite emotionally connected to a lot of words and stuff. And I would say that there is an advantage of not doing that. There's an advantage of knowing that people hate you. So you're going to walk into a group, and because you're Muslim, they're going to like you. Because you're white, they're going to like you. Because you're wearing polo, they're going to like you. Right? You have to know before coming. If you don't get to know that reality, you're going to really put yourself in a certain kind of pain. And you're going to kind of prejudge certain people. For example,
should I not be emotionally connected? Should I, if I care about you care about your community?
Yes, of course.
Should I not be emotionally connected if somebody is saying I want to drone strike all your countries? Next time you come to the park, I'm going to shoot you in the. And whilst this is all crazy talk, and I admit that it's all crazy talk. But I just think I've seen comments go by that are just allowed, and I've seen things go on camera that are just. And it's kind of like free speech, just let it go. And I think that's irresponsible. And that may be me being oversensitive, and I'm willing to admit that.
I do think it's oversensitive, and I understand where you're coming from.
I think it's naive just to go, let's counter it on camera. Let it all go out there. I think that's naive, and I think history has shown that is naive. So.
But I'm saying, if someone's making threats to incite violence, that's actually against the law.
Yeah.
And that you don't need to talk about. You could actually sort that out by.
Yeah.
You know, I can't give advice on that. But
Yeah.
if they're all right. So that's different from how I'm seeing things like someone is racist, or someone goes, I hate Muslims. I don't care for them.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that guy. I want to assassinate you, and here's how I'm going to do it. That's breaking the law.
But saying I had a channel,
Yes.
so I have a channel,
Yes.
I get an anti-black person on there,
Yes.
and I get him on there, let's say I do 5 shows,
Yes.
I get him on there as my headline for 4 of them.
Yes.
I put lots of videos out on him.
Yes.
Are you happy to be subscribed to my channel? Are you going to be, yeah, you know, it's cool, it's free speech, Jordan's, but
It comes down to the context of your channel. If you go, here's the person.
or if I say it's a free speech channel, it's unbiased free speech channel.
I'll
Would you not say, Jordan, why have you got him on 4 of your 5?
I would support you. Why?
Really?
Because if I wanted to come on and counter it, and you didn't give me the time or the platform, then I would unsubscribe. I would see your practice deception. But it's like this: the racist has always been smarter than the non-racist. They've always been. And a smart man knows, you know what? If this guy says I can go as much as I want, I'm going to exploit that. While the non-racist is going to spend their time being emotional.
Yeah.
Right? What is black people's problem? We spend our time being emotional. While the racist is not emotional, they're logical. Now, you're no longer in this race category, but you are in the Islamic category. And what you're doing is the Islamic person is being emotional, and the non-Islamic person is being logical.
But you're sort of dismissing it emotional, like it's just like a feeling. I think it's obviously you suddenly feel, if you're in a, like you're a black man, and you're recognising you're in a society where black people have got some sort of oppression against them. So you will feel not just emotional, but you will feel like you want to speak out more. You'll feel more open. You'll feel more sensitive to it. And that's where I put myself. And we're not that dissimilar. We're not that dissimilar.
My feelings and how I react to them is 2 different things. I don't like that mistreatment. I don't like black people being suffering. I don't like anyone suffering, right? But how I react to it has to be a strategic way, because the enemies of Islam, and let's say Ralph is that, he is being strategic. He's not being emotional, and that's why you're at a tremendous disadvantage. Because you're trying to now cater to people so much like, don't you think it's bad? You should take it off. Well, you want to come up with an actual strategy plan, like, okay, guys, every time he says this, we're going to say that, or we're going to highlight that.
Yeah, look, my strategy plan is, and I would say, Speaker's Corner's got a real issue at the moment, is platforms need to be more responsible. If Ralph wants to come on every single day, Leon needs to say, look, mate, and I also think that down here I've noticed a lot of, if fights happen and stuff, the first thing channels are doing now is recording it and things like that, aren't they? And I do think I feel like, and a lot of channels you're seeing are just saying that it's free speech, and they're just saying, look, people can do what they want on the channel. But I think if you set up a platform and you've got thousands of people watching you, you do have a responsibility to what's on your channel. And there may be hate speech, threats. You can't just say, well, the law can deal with it. It's not my thing. I do think there's responsibility, and I don't see enough responsibility from many of the platforms here. COE is something, the reason why COE, and again, it's probably too, I was a big supporter of COE originally, and I used to speak to Leon about this, and it was something that disappointed me. But yeah.
I think that CEO has been very consistent in that regard, and that's why I can never go to him and be angry at, why have you got this guy calling me a black supremacist in your thing? Why have you got this guy calling? Because I understand that he's allowed everyone to come along, and I appreciate that about it. I don't agree with the topics that are covered on there, but if you wanted to counter something, he would give the platform. And that's, you think I would be given the platform on some of these Dawah channels? No, because they're here for Dawah. They have a particular agenda.
I don't know, actually. I don't know.
Well, it depends what I'm talking about, really. But generally, no. I can't go and talk about Black Batman building on a Dawah channel.
Yeah.
No, that's not for us.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to go and talk about, killing Muslims on there. They would take that off.
Well,
and they're not going to say, well, yeah, let's listen to Raven. Let's hear what he says, and because that sort of, to me, that speaks just get rid of it. And I know that's across the board. I'm not talking about people that disagree with Islam. I made that clear. I'm not talking about people that disagree with certain parts of the Quran, the Sharia law. I'm talking about dehumanization of people. And at the moment you see it in politics. Politicians are saying they're all rats, they're infestations, and you're hearing this kind of rhetoric, similar, like, say, what the Jews went through. You're dehumanizing a people. And platforms, or Speaker's Corner, have a responsibility to go against that. Politician, anything that goes out there. That's my.
I would say it's a good would like. It's a good would like. I would like people to come here and not swear. I think they're gonna. but I'm not gonna go. I can't believe they're swearing. I just can't believe they're swearing. It's like I expect that.
That's not me. Yeah.
So I adapt to it.
Yeah.
And and I think whatever you want to do in your freedom, you should do. Right?
Yeah. And look, I don't come here every week going COE. Da, da, da. I mean, I say hello to Leon, and it's something we're obviously addressing. All I've done is I've freed myself from the channel. And I guess there's a couple more channels doing similar things. And yeah, look, I'm learning as I go. And for me, I've come into the Muslim community, and I feel very sensitive towards it because I'm noticing, I'm probably very, because I'm so new to it, I'm new to this hate that's coming towards me as well. It's like, wow, where's all this coming from? And I do think society just turns a blind eye to it a lot of the time, which they don't towards other people.
It's funny
which they don't say to other people.
Go back to where we were before. A lot of the black guys who were talking about the altercation in the park, from what I know, a lot of the black guys or the gang guys were the first to defend Muslims when the altercation came. I saw it consistently. When the prayers were sacrificed and said you couldn't do it and get rid of it, I saw black people going, no, if you want to do that, right? I saw it very consistently. So I don't know. I think it's it's an interesting way of what is noticed and what isn't noticed.
Yeah, but what point are you making there? I agree with it, but what point are you making there?
I just think that sometimes when these distinctions are made between like two groups, it's quick to forget that there was like a bond or a unity that was once shared.
Is it fair to say that there are Muslims inside gang, isn't it? So you can't really separate the groups anyway.
I can't do that. That's why I say you can't. But then there is a clear distinction that is made. Because I guess it's like there's traditional looking Muslims and they don't necessarily count the so you identify as Muslim, but you don't necessarily dress like one. But when it comes to speak up, you do speak up as a Muslim. There are many Muslims like, well, I'm Muslim because I'm a Muslim. Right? Like, I don't really know.
How does a Muslim dress? Just out of interest, like to your.
Well, in the sense of like, when you come here, there's like a perceived of a Saudi thing. Right? Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying that when you're looking at how people group together, when they automatically look at, they're not going to automatically go, this guy's Muslim, let's just confess it, right?
Sure.
They might think you're actually from EDR.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
So this is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the moral of the story is emotion. I'm thinking it's a good thing, but I think controlled emotion is even better. Yeah, and to not react straight.
But what if I claim that I believe I do have controlled emotion? I don't believe I'm acting irrationally. I do sometimes think, hang on a minute, why is no one else agreeing with me with this?
Right.
But like I said, I do believe, and I know you're going to say differently. I do believe, if the same rhetoric was done towards black people down here, I think you would be saying what I'm saying now.
No. So.
And you said that to me last time. You said that if people talk out against black people in a racial way, black people should banish them from their industry, from their stuff.
But that's economics. That's a very different thing.
Okay, but it's still a you're making an action against the speech. You want that racist to not obviously to.
No. It's not that I don't want that racist to say horrible things. He has clearly shown that he will not support black economics. It comes from like there's a boss and he goes, look at all these black monkeys. We're like, all right, we're not going to patronize your business, we're not going to give you money because you don't like us, and we better give to people who do ourselves, right? That's the difference between speaker's corner and free speech. Do you know what I mean? I see it's very different. There's something else I wanted to say, but it just literally jumped out of my head.
No, it's always a good chat we have, and like I said, it's probably when we started chatting a while ago, I was kind of very new to it, and I was looking into it, and I've evolved into it always what happened now.
When Leo was speaking there was a European guy, he said it slightly top his head, he was saying Africa's a shit, or what's Africa's done, you're all a bunch of this, right? The rest, whatever, right? So that.
And like I said, that's fine with me, and that's why I don't want people to misunderstand me. But if someone was over there saying black people are all dirt on the floor, we should just get rid of them. We should. To me, that speech should be. I don't want that speech.
Yeah.
I'm not a free speech advocate.
No,
I'm not a free speech advocate. I think we should be responsible, rather than just go, oh, let's counter it. Why are you saying that black people are the? Hang on, that guy's clearly just hating you, and there are some people that you can't. Some people, do you agree? There's some people you can't really rationalise with.
Do you want me to
they're hateful, and their opinions should be kept down to.
I'm about to give you a science thing. Are you ready for it? Science.
Go on.
Could it be that the reason why you're acting where you're acting is because historically you're not used to having hatred?
Yeah, I admitted that.
And that's why when you talk to your Muslim brothers,
I confess that this is new for me. This is new, and I'm getting. I would say, and I said this to you last time. I admitted that being a white person in this country, I've lived a certain way, people's certain reaction to me. Now sometimes I'm viewed as completely different. It's like, oh, hang on a minute. Like all of a sudden you're
right?
And then I see other people, brothers, and I see sisters treated in a horrible way.
Yeah.
And I don't want. I want it to stop. I don't want sisters spat out in the street. I don't want politicians saying it's get rid of them and things like that. For me, that's free speech gone wrong, and I don't. That's where criticise what you want, but I do think and to be honest, manners and respect is a British value. It's not just Islamic. I think.
Well, I agree with that. I think people should have manners and respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I think we popped on the head there, as you've admitted. It's the fact that you haven't actually
100%. My eyes have gone
pain.
Yeah.
And now what you're doing, you're experiencing the tip of the iceberg that many people go through.
Yeah.
And you're just reacting.
Yeah. I'll admit, you would be a lot more hardened to hate than probably I would.
Much more.
And I confess that.
And just so you know, through living through
but maybe it makes me even more aware of it, no? Or I don't know, because maybe you get desensitized. And why should you be desensitized to that? Why should you be desensitized?
It's not that you're desensitized. It's more so that having a life strategy of dealing with it. And through experience, a way that is not beneficial.
And do you agree the bad way is to go, oh, it's happening, and just kind of ignore it, and kind of because that's the danger as well, and that's also with this speech allowing out there. I just feel it's a responsibility thing.
You wouldn't have to go to someone and come with like a manuscript of here's what you should allow, here's what you shouldn't allow, isn't it? And then you have to have a whole science behind it.
Yeah.
And in this situation, it becomes very hard. It is hard to govern.
I think some things are socially unacceptable. If you were walking down the road with a family member and I come up and abused her in front of you, that should be socially unacceptable.
That's unprovoked. Listen, and so the difference is, and that's why it's very important.
Are we not talking about unprovoked hate at the moment?
Here's what it is. Speaker's Corner is actually, that's what it's for. So if you're walking down the street with your wife and someone comes and starts completely ripping her apart, right? You will have a right, in my book, to beat the guy up, right? And who wouldn't do that?
Yeah.
But here, it's a different thing. So
okay, but you've put a limit on it there. But you have put a limit.
Yeah, I'm saying
so there is limits. That it's doable.
Yeah, but here we come here for that reason. We come here to have free speech, and we understand part of that is the fact that someone's going to go, "I think you're an idiot."